there's really a shortage of these intensive patient care facilities for people with co-occurring substance use and mental health disorders who often end up, as you heard, on a wait list to get a bed.
Yeah, Triumph Treatment Services is now working to change that, breaking ground on an expansion for its Inspirations facility for women. In an Apple Valley News Now exclusive, our Emily Goodell spoke with a woman who says that program changed her life.
For years, Chanel Surgeoner says she tried to get clean on her own.
I was homeless. I'd been homeless for a few years. I was in and out of psychosis. I was barely touching base with reality. I was at my all-time low.
After going through 4 other treatment programs, she found Inspirations, a 28-day intensive inpatient program for people with co-occurring substance use and mental health disorders.
I was able to set up everything for when I got out of treatment. I was able to get my mental health under control when I was there. It was just a place for me to kind of reset my brain.
Clinical Director of Substance Use Disorder Services Cassidy Leslie says they tailor their treatment to help each client overcome their own specific barriers to recovery.
We really want to make sure that they are working on what they feel is needed for themselves and their recovery, because every person is an individual and they're not all going to benefit from the exact same treatment.
Surgeoner says for her, the barrier, working on her grief and loss and learning to forgive herself.
I came to the realization while I was at Inspirations that I was an addict, and that was something that was really hard for me to come to terms with, and everything that goes along with that.
But Triumph Treatment Services CEO Jolene Seda says with only 16 beds, Inspirations on average has had a 1 to 3 week wait for services.
The temptation to go back to using is so strong, so we need to meet people and accommodate them when they're ready.
That's why they're expanding the facility, adding communal space and outdoor green space, and moving from 16 to 32 beds in phase 1 and from 32 to 48 beds in phase 2 to help more people on their road to recovery.
People hit rock bottom and then they come into treatment. And our job is, and we help build them back up.
Stone by stone, messages of hope left behind at Inspirations for those clients who come after.
Every addict is capable of getting clean, no matter how far gone that they are or where they're at in their addiction. There's still hope.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thank you. Triumph officials say they were able to fund most of phase 1 thanks to $11.75 million from the state, but they are still working to raise money for phase 2.